डियर क्लास 11 स्टूडेंट्स, उम्मीद है आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे। तो आज फिजिक्स का जो सबसे मुश्किल सवाल होता है एमसीक्यूज का 17 नंबर का, तो ये आप लोग पहली दफ़ा दे रहे हैं। बच्चे समझते हैं कि ये बड़ा इजी एमसीक्यूज आएंगे, लेकिन ये सबसे मुश्किल जो काम होता है फिजिक्स के पेपर में वो इसके एमसीक्यूज होते हैं। तो 12 चैप्टर हैं, हर चैप्टर के जो 10-10 मेन इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज हैं वो मैं आप लोगों के यहाँ पे सॉल्व करने लगा हूँ। तो आप लोग इसको मुतवज्जे होकर ज़रा समझें और देख लें। अब हम लोग शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले चैप्टर नंबर 1 का द पर्पस ऑफ स्टडीज एंड डिस्कवरीज इन फिजिक्स इज, तो बी वाला बेटरमेंट ऑफ मैनकाइंड। द नंबर ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स ऑफ ए मेजरमेंट आर डिफाइंड एज accurately known. The number of significant figures in the measured mass 2500 kg is 5. The sum of 12 kg plus 2.02 kg plus 1.5 kg according to appropriate precision is 19 kg. The answer of the product 2.8723 multiply 1.6 to appropriate significant figures a 4.6. The answer to mathematical division 45.2 divided by 6 is 7.5. The answer to 24.4 m multiply 100 m divided by 5 m is the 4.9 multiply 10 की power 2 meter. The ratio of dimensions of force and energy to L की power -1. Identifying which pair does not have identical dimensions, तो moment of inertia and moment of force. The least count of an instrument determines precision. The angle at which dot product becomes equal to cross product, so 45 degree. The projectile gains its maximum height at an angle of 90 degree. The scalar product of two vectors is maximum if they are parallel. The range of projectile is same for two angles which are mutually complementary. The acceleration at the top of trajectory of projectile is g. SI unit of impulse is Newton. Second, C wala. The rate of change of momentum is force. Elastic collision involves no gain, no loss of energy. In horizontal projectile motion, the horizontal component of velocity remains constant if masses m1 is equal to m2 collide elastically in one dimension, their velocities interchange. आगे द SI यूनिट ऑफ एंगुलर मोमेंटम इज बोथ ए एंड सी, यानी कि किलोग्राम मीटर स्क्वायर पर सेकंड और जाउल सेकंड. The centripetal force required to keep a body in a circular path is mv square over r. A flywheel is primarily used in engines to store kinetic energy. आगे the principle of gyroscope is based on the conservation of angular momentum. The moment of inertia depends upon mass and distribution of mass. One revolution is equal to 2 pi radians. The relation between linear velocity v and angular velocity omega v is equal to r omega. सॉरी, ये वाला नहीं, v इज इक्वल टू r ओवर ओमेगा लिखा है, v इज इक्वल टू r ओमेगा, ठीक है, वो डिवाइड में है. इफ टॉर्क एक्टिंग ऑन आर रोटेटिंग बॉडी इज जीरो, इट्स एंगुलर मोमेंटम इज constant. Centripetal acceleration is directed towards the center. The cross product of position vector and force is called torque. A body at rest may have energy. When a ball is thrown vertically upward and falls back to ground, which force is considered conservative? To gravity. According to work energy principle in linear motion, work done on a body equals change in kinetic energy. Power of a lamp is 6 watt. How much energy does it give out? 720 joule. A body moves a distance of 10 meter along a straight line under a 5 Newton force. If work done is 25 joule, the angle is 60 degree. आगे work done by a conservative force along a closed path is 0. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 megajoule. Which of the following is a non-conservative force? So C, frictional force. The slope of work time graph represents power. The area under force displacement graph gives work. Differentiate between stress and strain. The SI unit of Young's modulus is Newton per meter square. The SI unit of viscosity is Newton second per meter square. According to equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Fluid flow velocity is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area. Bernoulli's equation is based on the law of conservation of energy. Superfluids are defining by having zero viscosity. Again, in Stokes' law, F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. The drag force is directly proportional to the velocity. Terminal velocity of a spherical body falling through a viscous fluid is proportional to R square. An incompressible fluid means its density remains constant. C wala. Again, strain is dimensionless quantity because it is a ratio of identical units. The restoring force per unit area is called stress. When the system is expanded by adding heat energy, then work done will be negative positive by the system. Entropy of a system is a reversible process, remains is या zero या remains constant. In an adiabatic process, there is no exchange of heat. Thermal equilibrium between two objects means they have the same temperature. The first law of thermodynamics is a statement of conservation of energy. In an isothermal process, which quantity remains constant to temperature, the area under a PV graph represents work done. The efficiency of a Carnot engine depends only on source and sink temperature. According to kinetic theory, average kinetic energy of gas molecules is proportional to absolute temperature. The value of Boltzmann constant relates ideal gas constant and Avogadro's number. Stationary waves are defined as waves that oscillate in fixed position. Harmonics are integer multiples of fundamental frequency. The result of constructive interference is represented as increase in amplitude. In stationary waves, the points of zero displacement are called nodes. The distance between two conjunctive nodes is pi by lambda by 2. Beats are produced due to superposition of two waves having slightly different frequencies. The fundamental frequencies of harmonics are in the ratio 1 to 3. When a wave is reflected from a denser medium, the phase change is pi. The principle of superposition applies to all waves. Who predicted the existence of gravitational waves? To Albert Einstein. What are gravitational waves? To ripples in the fabric of spacetime, which is the primary method used to detect gravitational waves. To laser interferometry. Which of the following is the primary source of gravitational waves? To binary black hole merger. Polarization of light proves that light is a transverse wave. Again, according to Brewster's law, the polarizing angle P is given by tan P is equal to n. Optical activity is the phenomena of rotating the plane of polarized light B wala. Tidal forces are a direct consequence of space-time distortion. What when unpolarized light passes through a single polarizer, its intensity becomes one half. The intensity of light transmitted through an analyzer is given by Mole's law. I is equal to I O cos square theta. The SI unit of electric field strength E is Newton per coulomb. Gauss law states that total electric flux through a closed surface is equal to Q over epsilon naught. The electric field intensity inside a hollow charge conducting sphere is C0. The path of a charged particle moving perpendicular to a uniform electric field is parabolic. Force on a charged particle Q in an electric field E is EF is equal to Q over E. ये वाले रह गए. Shielding from external electric field is achieved using तो hollow conductors. दरमियान में खाली जगह. Electric field intensity due to infinite sheet of charge is sigma over 2 epsilon naught. Work done in moving charge on an equipotential surface is 0. Coulomb's force between 2 point charges in free space is F is equal to K Q1 Q2 over R square, where K is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. If distance between two charges is doubled, the Coulomb force becomes 1/4. The SI unit of magnetic flux is Weber. ये important MCQ. The Lenz's law is a consequence of the law of conservation of energy. In a velocity selector, a particle passes undeflected if its velocity v is E over B. Magnetic flux linkage is maximum when the angle between area vector and magnetic field is 0. C option. The force on a moving charge in a magnetic field is zero if it moves parallel to field. A galvanometer can be converted into ammeter by connecting a low resistance in parallel. Induced EMF depends directly on the rate of change of magnetic flux. Again, the direction of induced current is given by Lenz's law. Magnetic field outside a current carrying solenoid is approximately zero. The unit of magnetic field strength Tesla is equivalent to Weber per meter square. According to special theory of relativity, which quantity is absolute speed of light in vacuum? In the space-time continuum, space and time are considered as a single four-dimensional fabric. The time dilation implies that a moving clock runs slower. A frame of reference in which Newton's first law is valid is called inertial. Mass energy equivalence principle was established by Einstein. The rest mass energy of an electron is approximately 0.51 MeV. Length contraction occurs only along the direction of motion. If an object reaches the speed of light, its relative mass, relativistic mass, becomes infinite. C. Rest mass of a photon is zero. The equation E बराबर mc square indicates that mass is highly concentrated form energy. अभी वीडियो ना कंप्लीट हुई, अभी नीचे भी हो रहा है, मैं थोड़ा सा बताऊंगा वो क्या चीज है. Most of the matter in the observable universe exists in the form of plasma. According to standard model of fundamental particles are quarks and leptons. Which fundamental force is responsible for holding the nucleus together? Strong nuclear force. आगे protons and neutrons are made of quarks. An electron is an example of a lepton. In all nuclear reactions, which of the following conservation laws is strictly obeyed? All of these. The antimatter counterpart of an electron is positron. The force mediating particles for the electromagnetic force are photons. A proton consists of which quark combination? UUD. Plasma is a highly ionized gas containing equal numbers of positive and negative चार्जेस. अब ये सारे करवा दिए हैं. एक नीचे जो है वो मॉक टेस्ट दिया गया है, ठीक है, आंसर भी नीचे दिए गए हैं. आप खुद अपनी तैयारी के लिए एक दफ़ा ये करें. और ये वाला जो है 17वां, इसका आंसर बी होगा. ये मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, स्क्रीनशॉट लेके अपना मॉक टेस्ट खुद करें. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.